This is KCTV English News. I'm Jared Collette. A maintenance technician working at Jeju Air has been suspended for being drunk while on duty. The technician was caught drunk at the Jeju airport on November 11th after registering a blood alcohol content level of 0.034% during a sobriety test. The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, and Transport issued the suspension for 60 days and fined Jeju Airlines 210 million won. The airline has also been fined 300 million won for an accident at the parking ramp in May. The amendments to both the Special Act regarding the Jeju April 3rd incident and the Special Act on Jeju's Special Self-Governing Province failed to pass the National Assembly. The Assembly passed 83 proposed bills on December 27th at the last plenary session of this year. Unfortunately, they did not include the amendments to the Special Act on April 3rd incident and the Special Act on Jeju Province. The amendments to the Special Act on the April 3rd incident includes compensation for damages due to the tragedy, and the amendment to the Special Act on Jeju Province includes land for designated Gocha-Wool environmental protection zones and expansion of local hiring. Since this year marks the 70th anniversary of the tragedy, the amendment to the Special Act on April 3rd incident has received attention across the whole country, and its failure to pass has been met with increased disappointment. Officials accepted the claims of over 6,700 people in 2018 who say they or their relatives were victims of the April 3rd incident. The April 3rd Incident Working Committee convened for a sixth and final time this year to assess the claims. It reviewed 32 claims saying they were victims and 1,277 claims saying they were a family member of a victim. Around 18,000 submitted claims in 2018. The Working Committee has accepted 6,711 claims, including 185 victims and 6,526 family members. The Working Committee will complete an assessment of claims submitted by the end of December in March of 2019. Jeju Free International City Development Center is seeking its new chairman. The JDC said it started procedures to hire a new chairman, and the process will last until January 11th. The procedure will begin with recommendations for the position made by a committee, and then will go through deliberation by the government's Public Institution Management Committee. The Land Ministry will appoint a successful candidate for the position. Currently, JDC has maintained an acting chairman system for the past 6 months, since the former chairman, Lee Kwang-hee, resigned in July. Real estate business has been on the increase in Jeju this year. The provincial government surveyed the total number of businesses in Jeju. The total number has increased to around 60,000, up 3.9% from a year earlier. The number of working employees has risen to 262,000, up 4,500 from last year. The biggest increase comes from real estate business at 13.8%. The same goes for the number of employees at 33%. By area, Daechongdong has the highest increasing rate of 21.5%, followed by Guchaop at 15.9%, and then Samyeongdong at 13.4%. Please be careful not to catch the flu. There is an influenza warning issued, and about 800 students were absent in December due to illness. Joseph Kim reports.
The waiting room of the hospital is full of patients. Most of them have symptoms of cough and fever. They either have or are suspected of having the flu.
머리가 많이 어지럽고 기침도 나고 콧물도 나고 그래서 학교를 한 2주 동안 못 갔던 것 같아요. 독감 판정 받은 이유.
Recently, the number of patients visiting hospitals due to the flu has greatly increased. The number of patients who have or are suspected of having flu was 48.7 per 1,000 outpatient visits 3 weeks ago. That number is over 4 times higher than the criteria judging a pandemic of 11.3. more than 800 students were absent from schools. The typical incubation period for influenza is 1 to 5 days after coming into contact with the influenza virus. After the incubation period, symptoms of higher fevers ranging from 38 degrees Celsius or higher and muscle aches develop. The flu can lead to viral or bacterial pneumonia, dehydration, ear infections, and sinus infections.
상당히 고열이 나면서 갑자기 고열이 나면서 못 견뎌. 초등학생들이 머리 아프고 깨질 듯이 오고 기침이 특히 심하게 동반이 되고 하면 우리가 체크를 하면 거의 독감이에요.
The single best way to prevent seasonal flu is to get vaccinated each year. The flu can be a pandemic in January, February, and late spring, so people are advised to get vaccinated as soon as possible. Experts also say healthy personal hygiene habits, including hand washing, frequent house cleaning, and higher humidity levels indoors between 40 and 60%, help keep the flu away. Joseph Kim, KCTV.
Bring in the new year and catch the first rays of 2019 at the Songsan Sunrise Festival. The first day of the new year will be overcast or mostly cloudy. The wind will pick up a bit in some areas as well. Here's your local forecast. The low in Jeju City will be 4, and the afternoon high 6 degrees. In Seogwipo, temperatures will fall between 4 and 8. The low before lunch in Songsan will be 3, and the high later on 6 degrees. Temperatures will hover right around 5 or 6 in Gosan. In the low up on the mountain in Songpanak will be -3 and the afternoon high 1 degree below 0. Out on the water, winds will be out of the northwest and north at 7 to 13 meters per second, and seas will be between 1 and 2.5 meters. And here's a look at the extended forecast. That brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow at the same time. Don't forget to visit us on YouTube by KCTV E! News. We wish you and your family a very happy New Year.